Hey everybody, Matt here with another video, and in this one we're reacting to what will be at the time of uploading this video, last night's Warhammer 40,000 Skulls showcase. So let's get into it, and let's say for my predictions video, if you remember that, how many I've actually got right, and in some cases how far I may or may not have been on the mark. But let's get to what they showed off, and let's start with the big boy. Everyone knows it, Space Marine 2. Now, for me, I haven't played it, it's not out yet, but it's already going to take something incredibly special to dislodge this for my personal game of the year. So let's get to what they showed off in the Skulls showcase. 3 headline features. The first, that we already knew about, 3-player campaign co-op. Yourself and 2 friends, smashing Tyranids like it's going out of style. Definite win. The second thing they talked about, and the one that will have a lot of people's attention, 6v6 Eternal War PvP, with modes including Seize Ground, Capture and Control, Annihilation. Now chances are some of these are just Warhammered up terms for things like Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, that sort of thing. But the other thing is, with the PvP, you have Loyalist Marines, but you also have Traitor Marines. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun winning rounds as a Night Lord. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Also, what they talked about was an Operations PvE mode. Now, I didn't delve overly much into this, but what we do know is you have 6 classes available, one of which is the Bulwark, with a combat shield, so tanky, very up close. You have for the stealthy persuasion, you've got a sniper class with a camo cloak. But those are the only 2 classes we know anything about. But one other thing they've added, it's also very nice, you can fully customise yours. There's a full suite of customization options even for your Space Marines within the game. So yeah, Space Marine 2, with all of this and what we already knew, is looking to be epic. And I am so looking forward to September 9th, I think the release date is. But regardless, we'll be moving on. And staying on the Space Marine mode, for people who like get the VR persuasion of their video games, there's a Space Marine VR coming out. Defenders of Avarax. So that will be dropping in October. Not much is known about it, you just showed a few bits and pieces. Some more info will be coming out in the fullness of time, but at least we have a rough release window with it coming in this October. Now, other things, if we scroll further along, Bolt Gun, another game I really enjoy. Now, if you haven't heard of Bolt Gun, take old school Doom, Quake, give it a Warhammer skin and a love letter, and you have Bolt Gun in a nutshell. It's a very good game. If you're on Xbox or have PC Game Pass, it's on there. I highly recommend it. It's a very enjoyable game. But what they announced there is Bolt Gun is getting some DLC, which I did call. I did suspect it would either be a DLC or an outside chance at a sequel, but they've gone the DLC route. Forges of Corruption. So there's new levels coming, new weapons to play with. In the trailer for it, they showed off the multi-melter and a missile launcher. There's a horde mode being added. And we don't have too long to wait for this DLC, with it coming out on in June 18th. So it's only a few weeks away. So that's something I'll be very much looking forward to getting stuck into. Speaking of DLC, on the same mode, we go to Rogue Trader. Part 2 had a new DLC expansion announced for it, Void Shadows. This will be releasing on August the 8th. Now, I haven't played Rogue Trader, so I don't know a great deal about it. But just going off the info here from Warhammer Community, new adventures await in the Coronus Expanse as you engage with the ancient death cult, uncover menacing secrets in the darkest corners of your void ship, and join forces with a new companion, the death cult assassin. So new storyline, new ally to go with. All sounds like good stuff, and extra content is always very nice. Speaking of extra content, Total Warhammer 3 is getting a new free legendary hero, the Mighty 3, Khorne's personal flesh hound of choice, the three-headed monster and relentless hunter known as Karanak, is coming to Total Warhammer 3 very soon. Moving onwards to Darktide. This is also getting a DLC update, Secrets of the Machine God. Now, again, we got a little bit more information, but we still don't have a whole lot yet. So it's releasing on June 25th. It's a free update as well, by the way. So new free content, which is always a good thing. As I say, it's releasing on June 25th. It'll include a new mission where players get to explore a derelict mechanics research station in Atelium Foundry Complex Omega 5. There'll be new weapons introduced an iconic ball pistol, augment pickaxes, shock mauls, and a new shotgun. In addition, there will be an in-game event pilot, Hestia's Decolation Crusade, where players will be tasked with destroying the heads of swarms of heretics and gaining in-game currencies. Now that latter event, the Hestia's Decolation, is live right now. I went on last night, as it was, very briefly, just to double check, and that particular thing is live at this very moment. So yeah, I called extra content would be coming for Darktide. So as we stand on the prediction time, 3 for 3, because I suspected with Space Marine 2, going back to that, they would show something off regarding PvP, which we did. I didn't expect or see coming the options for customization or the operations mode. So moving onwards to what else was shown, coming into Vermintide 2. There's a big update for the Winds of Magic coming, so there's a loadout system, so happy days, you can have different loadouts to switch to on the fly. Loads of bug fixes, a quality of life update for the Chaos Wastes, and the addition of weekly expeditions. Updates to the Chest of Trials, 30 new boons, and a load of other content coming. The big thing that they announced with Vermintide 2, however, is PvP coming. Now, at the moment, it's only on the PC side because it's getting beta tested, but in time, chances are it will be coming to all platforms. So if you have a PvP persuasion and you like Vermintide 2, your luck's in, because it will be on the way. Moving on to Blood Bowl 3. Now, it's kind of what I suspected here, an announcement of a new season, and indeed that's exactly what it was. So season 5's coming on June 11th, bringing with it the necromantic horror team, so your classic horror tropes, werewolves featured quite heavily. And at the moment, until May 30th, there's a freebie set of Warhammer Skulls themed dice you can claim off the Blood Bowl 3 store. So any freebie is a good freebie. So if you own Blood Bowl 3, get on there and get them claimed. Because, like I say, any freebie is a good freebie. Now, if we move back up. Oh, Talisman, the digital edition, is getting a new edition. In fact, it's getting a new edition using based around the 5th edition rule set for the actual physical tabletop game coming out. So it's expected to be released on Steam, as they described, later this year, with other platforms to follow. So chances are the other platforms will follow in the new year, because I half suspect when they say later this year, it's going to mean the back end. So we're looking at maybe October, November time. I mean, don't take this as gospel. This is just this humble idiot trying to guess. But with that, the current base version of Talisman Digital Edition at the moment is free on Steam and mobile devices. So if that's your bag, free game for you. Now let's moving on. I get back on track. Now Tacticus, I'd admit I don't know a lot about Tacticus, because I don't really delve into the realm of mobile gaming, so I know very little to nothing about Tacticus. But for those of you who are watching this that do play it, there's new content coming for that in the form of lots and lots of heavy guns for the various factions within the game. Now, like I say, I don't know a whole lot about it, but new content is new content, so happy days for anybody who's watching this that does play Tacticus, who plays Tacticus. Now, something I am very, very excited about, but unfortunately I don't know if it's coming to consoles, is Speed Freaks. Now, what is Speed Freaks? Now, the best way I can describe it going off the trailer, and indeed the trailer we showed at last year's Skulls, is basically if Destruction Derby and Warhammer had a love child, and it was orcs. So lots of crashing, banging, shooting, screaming war, going way too fast and having no sense of steering of your vehicle. So it sounds like fun. Well, what they've announced at the moment is if you're one of the lucky people with Steam, you can play a beta demo of it until the 30th of May. Now, I'm not going to lie, I kind of envy you if you can, because unfortunately my laptop isn't powerful enough to run it, otherwise I would be all over this demo. So if you can play it, I do envy you, and please do let me know if it's as fun as it looks, because it does look like it would be hella good fun. Next up, again delving into the realm of more mobile card games, we have for Warforge, the Adeptus Sororitas are getting added to the game, complete with a complimentary starter deck for each player. So happy days there, more content. Again, with being a mobile game, I don't know a lot about it, but happy days for those who play. Now going to the Horus Heresy Legions card game, that's getting the Inferno expansion, so Space Wolves are joining the party along with Thousand Sons and the Legio Custodes on June 21st. Oh, apparently they're both on Steam as well, so yeah. We'll receive a new DLC on Steam offering new content for the Adeptus Sororitas and Space Wolves respectively. Watch out for amazing discounts on the new DLCs as well as Twitch drops and promo codes with freebies for all players of Warhammer 40,000 Warforged. So there we go. Twitch drops, freebies, new content coming. If you play it, happy days. And then if we go into other sections to round up, before I come to what was the biggest curveball announcement that I don't think anyone expected to wrap up. So other things included, Battle Sector is getting 3 new units, and the Astra Militarum are the next faction to be introduced into that game. Gladius is getting the Demolition Pack with 11 new units, and you can also get the base game for free to keep on the Steam and Epic stores for the duration of the festival, so essentially for the next week. So, free game's a free game. May as well claim them. Inquisitor Martyr is getting, well, they showed off the new High-Within class that will be coming to Inquisitor, and that will be coming to Steam on the 17th of October. When it'll be coming to consoles, not quite sure yet, but generally they follow a bit behind. So again, much like what I mentioned previously with Talisman, that's right. Chances are it'll be into next year when the High-Within class will come to console Inquisitor Martyr players. They've also introduced the offline mode. Now, at the moment, I think again that's only on Steam, because when I went onto the Xbox, there wasn't any updates to download. So keep an eye on that. But an offline mode is coming. Steam players, chances are, already have it. Again, on the mobile game front, combat cards, Abaddon of the Spoiler is getting added to that. And there's 4 new campaigns coming to that as well, one for each of the Chaos Gods. One of these will introduce a new Horde game mode where players fight as Chaos against waves of Tyranids. Chaos and Conquest launch a new 4 Rumble event in which hordes of the game's most iconic foes are preparing to raid players' lands and threaten their wills. The conquerors must steel themselves to do battle with these enemies at once. Join the carnage in Warhammer Chaos and Conquest on your phone or desktop. Again, it's a game I don't know really that much about, but again, new content, which is never a bad thing for any game, regardless of whether you know about it or not. Freeblade is getting a new Chaos Knight and some game updates. Again, like we said before, new content, never a bad thing. So now you have the obligatory return and crossovers with World of Tanks and World of Warships, but going to the former, the Rogel Dawn is coming in this time. Now, if you don't know, the Rogel Dawn is the newest battle tank that was introduced to the Astra Militarum, or if you're an old Warhammer Grognard like me, the Imperial Guard. promotions across Warhammer packs from 23rd of May to 12th of June. As part of this epic Warhammer 40,000 collaboration, players can also take part in a reward pack community event. The more points that the entire community earns in the event, the greater the discount on the logo door that will be unlocked for all players who participate, up to 50% off. So there you go. It's coming into the game. They're making it a community event so you can get it for cheaper. So happy days. Now, to wrap things up, the curveball that I don't think anybody was really expecting, and that is Mechanicus 2. Now, Mechanicus, I don't think anybody expected offhand maybe Mechanicus getting any form of getting a sequel, but it's getting a sequel, and it has my attention for one thing. As well as potentially playing as the Adeptus Mechanicus themselves, as the name of the game would dictate, Necrons are also a playable faction. This makes me a very happy Malice. Now, beyond that, we have very little. Beyond an initial trailer, there's very little information about Mechanicus 2, so that will be coming in the fullness of time. What we do know is Graham David is returning to do the soundtrack, and Ben Counter is returning to do the story. So you got continuation from the previous game going into the new game, which is always good. And there we go, folks. That pretty much in a nutshell covers up all the announcements from the Skulls Showcase. Now, one final thing to mention is don't forget to check your store of choice, because there is various deals on Warhammer themed games on all of them for the next week or so. So yeah, what do you reckon? Anything in there grabbing your attention? Intriguing you? As always, let me know in the comments, and until the next video, I shall see you later. Bye.